Hey there, future home care agency owners. My name is Michelle Williams, aka Coach Michele, and today I'm going to be sharing with you something that you should not be doing while in the client's home. So stick around to the end so you can learn what you should not be doing and what you should be doing when you're in the potential client's home. Okay, so let's talk about why it's important for you to lead the conversation. There's multiple reasons. One, you're gonna look like a professional. You're gonna come across like you are the authority, the expert in this particular area. So that's gonna build confidence for the potential client and or family members that may be in the room as well. So they're gonna understand that you know exactly what you're talking about and you are the one to serve their loved one in the home. It's gonna show the level of professionalism that you have as well and how you're able to gather the specific information that you need based on you to help diagnose. And when I say diagnose, meaning what is it that they need? Do they need companion services only? Do they need respite only? Do they need a collection of services? Does it fall under personal care if you're offering skilled nursing? What exactly do they need? So you need to hear, listen, understand, and be able to regurgitate what they're saying to you in a manner that they understand, so you're not using industry jargon, and you are saying, okay, Ms. Jones, based on what I heard, based on what you said, we're recommending X amount of hours per day. Right? So you want to be the authority so they know that you are the perfect fit for them or, you know, their loved ones. And then also it's going to set you apart because if they are interviewing more than one agency, then they're going to say, that one was really sharp. She asked all of the questions. I'm new to this, right? So you guys have to understand that the person that's calling you into their home most likely is new to home care. And if you don't lead the conversation, then they're going to lead it. And guess what? You're going to be in the home for hours. You're going to be in the home for hours because they're going to be talking about everything because they're just trying to think, okay, what should I ask? Okay, how do you pre-screen your caregivers? Can I talk to your caregivers? Can I interview your caregivers? They're going to be asking so many questions that you really don't want to answer because as a new person, you're trying to figure out, okay, she asked me how long I've been in business. What do I say? She asked me, can she interview my caregivers? Even though that's not my process, but okay. So you have to have a clear process before you go into the home. The other thing is that it's going to build trust. Like trust is so important for seniors in particular because there's so much exploitation, neglect, abuse. Thinking about having a stranger come into my home. So having the knowledge and having that system in place and you are organized, that's going to also give them a sense of trust that you know exactly what you're doing and you're going to be able to provide the level of care that they need while your caregiver is in the home. Another objective that I would recommend, understand and be able to articulate your services very clear and concise. So you want to understand when you hear those tasks that the potential client is throwing out, you want to be able to gather that information. One is because you're going to regurgitate it to them so they know you understand what they're saying and what their needs are, but then you're going to put it back to them and say, yes, for those of you that are offering specific plans or packages, you're able to say, yes, we can take care of you. We can provide that service. It's this ABC package. Or you may say, absolutely, we can bathe your mom, blah, 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 blah. And that falls under our personal care services. And you want to definitely, guys, come here. You want to understand what your pricing is, meaning how much are you charging per hour? Right? So some people like to say, oh, if it's this side of town, I'm charging this. If it's this side of town, I'm charging that. You could do that. If it's this service, I'm charging this. If it's this service, I'm charging that. Coming from someone of influence, someone that have experience when, you know, people come to my home, I may have gotten a referral for someone to do flooring or whatever service I need in my home. And then once they come, they see my home or they see my cars or they just understand like, okay, this person has, you know, assets, and then charge me more. And you were just referred to me by a friend and she said you charged her this amount. So now you're going to charge me this amount based on my lifestyle or based on what you believe I have. I personally have a problem with that. So I've always charged the same amount unless there are specific reasons why. Let me tell you this. Now you may say, well, that contradicts. No, it doesn't contradict. Affluent. Some of my affluent clients were super high maintenance, wanted to make sure the caregiver knew how to set a table, the fork go here, the salad fork, the knife, how to serve, and all of these different things, and what they could wear, what they couldn't wear. Okay, you're asking for more than what a standard caregiver is required to do, right? Even though the task, this is important, guys, the task must fall under the scope of a caregiver, right? But they're asking for specific things. Not everyone knows how to set a table according to proper etiquette, right? So now I'm gonna charge you more. It's not because you have more money, it's because you high maintenance and you want more things, right? So now I have to make sure this caregiver is trained, or I may have to invest in a specific training. If the person is very heavy, then there may be an additional charge. The reason why I do that is because I wanna prevent turnover. So I know if I'm getting a higher dollar amount per hour from the client, that means I'm going to pay my caregiver more. And then that way, I'm not going to have a high turnover, because that caregiver is going to say, oh, wow, yeah, I'm getting X amount of dollars for providing this service. Absolutely, I'm going to stay here. This makes sense. So the math needs to math, okay? Now I'm going to talk about, some of the questions that I would recommend that you ask. The number one question I'm going to ask it during the phone consultation. If you did not, then I'm going to ask while I'm in home, have you ever used home care services before? Because guess what? If they say yes, I want to know what happened. Why are you no longer using that agency? And some of you may think, oh, wow, I don't care about that. They want my services now. No, because it may be a pain. They may be trying to hire the caregiver. They may be high maintenance. They may be trying to get the caregiver to do something that's not on the service plan. So I want to talk about that. I don't know about you, but hey, take it from your coach. I want to learn more about that. And then the second question is, I really want to know what their expectations are, because they may expect the caregiver to clean their home, like maid service. So we need to talk about that. They may expect the caregiver to pick up their grandchildren from daycare. I need to know, what are your expectations, because that way we can get on the same page right then and there. Or guess what? We may not be able to get on the same page, and all money ain't good money. All clients are not your client, right? So like me, and many of you know, I pray and I ask God to send me the people that's a part of my assignment. I don't want everyone. You know what I'm saying? But right now, life is great. I love all my clients. They love me, and they get results. I just love what I do, okay? So I don't want everyone. I want the ones that God has assigned as part of what I'm supposed to do. Not only do I want to know what their expectations are for my company, my team, I want to know what their expectations are for their care. You see what I'm saying? That's really important as well. We need to understand and get on the same page. Side note, it's like getting in a relationship, okay? You need to talk about that up front. Do you want kids? No, I don't. You want 5 kids? I don't want no kids. I'm not gonna change that. I've been fixed. Fixed. So, you need to talk about these things, okay? So it's really, really important. And last but not least, I want you to make sure you have your paperwork in order, meaning you have all of the requirements that the state, if you're in a regulated state, you have them with you. Make sure you have documentation so you can gather their personal information, their health history, if that's a requirement, who is the responsible party. So you got to make sure you get everything that's going to set you up for success, and then you're going to pass that baton over to your nurse or whomever is coming out to do your assessment or your head to toe assessment, because from there, you're going to create the service plan. Whomever created that assessment will create your head to toe assessment or regular assessment, in-home assessment, whatever you're calling it, based on the state that you're in. And then they're going to create the care plan or service plan from that point. So I hope you found value in this. I love these videos and dropping gems to help you guys out. Don't forget, guys, we sell out every single year. Conference is around the corner. Yes, this year, Guys, we're already in October, okay? So conference is March of 2025. You need to get your ticket. So click the link below, get your ticket, and the website is homecarecoaching.com. Go up to services and then click on events. You don't want to miss it, guys. This is where it all goes down at the 2025 Home Care Empowerment Conference. I am personally inviting you to be there. Take care, guys. God bless.